We're back after receiving much critical acclaim on our first video. This time we've got top 5 places to have a beer in Pac-Man World 2. Now, at first this might not seem like the game for it. It's got kind of a spooky vibe going on overall, but promise if you take a step back, there are plenty of places that you can take a rest, crack open a cold one in this Pac World or whatever. Anyways, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5, we've got Haunted Boardwalk. I think choosing some of the earlier places in this level, where the docks aren't falling apart, would be preferable. It's got a very obviously kind of Halloween, spooky vibe. Maybe a little bit of fall in there, kind of always reminds me. So I think beer of choice here would be something spooky, maybe like a Dragon's Milk Imperial stout or something. I know there are also things that exist like pumpkin ales. Can't say I've ever personally had one, but could be the move here, just given the Halloween and I guess fall-like vibe in a way. No pun intended that you might fall off here as well. I could picture drinking one sitting on the edge of one of the docks, but obviously not one of these that falls over easily. Maybe find yourself on a log in the middle of the stage. I think you got a lot of good options here. Some spooky scenery. Crack open a spooky cold beer. Have a wonderful time. Coming in at number 4, we've got while riding in the yellow Pac Marine. I think there's few perfect places to have one, and why not while you're on a 7-minute or 10-minute whatever auto scroller like this. Relatively easy, shooting some missiles out of your yellow Pac Marine. Just kind of chilling, not too much going on here really. Easy to get through it all, so kind of go with something that's matching the easy vibe. Something like a light beer. Kind of murky down here under the ocean, with the screen color. So maybe go with a hazy IPA to match that. I think that could work. I don't know, I just think it's a good place overall. You're just cruising, not too much going on, not too hard to get through it. Do something you like. Do kind of favor the lighter beers here, because at some point in the level you end up with the Smart Bomb equipped, and you really shouldn't be drinking something heavy while operating heavy machinery like the yellow Pac Marine. Again, this channel does not promote operating heavy machinery while driving, but that Smart Bomb go off here, just boom. It'd be wonderful to have a beer while doing it, Coming up here, we've got Butane Pain, the final 2 trees. You could also take the Treewood Forest last 2 trees, because I believe they are identical entities in this game. Took a while to make your way up here. Probably a little bit parched, especially on Butane Pain from all the fire that is in the level, so something light, something refreshing, maybe like a Mexican beer, like a Corona Extra, a Corona Light. Could also see going with a Michelob based on that whole athletic marketing scheme that they've got going. Could also do one of those Sam Adams fall beers, because like Haunted Boardwalk, this also gives me a fall type vibe. I just think it's very peaceful up here on the trees overall after the stress of some of the level, especially if you don't know the speedrun skips on Butane Pain. It can be quite the pain of a level overall, so reward yourself. Coming in number 2, I think some people could argue number 1 overall. I think no list would be complete without something from this level here. We've got one spot in particular that I think would be absolutely fantastic for a beer. Take a left off this jump instead of going down the rest of the level. Encounter this chest. I think this little isolated spot on Blade Mountain has got to be number 2. I think many are going to argue number 1. Just imagine cracking open something like a coffee beer here, like a double IPA and IPA, kind of like after a day of skiing or snowboarding being in the snow. Go with something a little heavy like that. Maybe even go with the brown ale, a stout, some weird like a peanut butter porter or whatever. I mentioned Breckenridge Brewing in the last one. They got like a raspberry vanilla porter that would kill here. That would be fantastic. Quite a tough spot to get to, kind of reminiscent of going down a tough run on the mountain, you know, a double black diamond. And it's just, it would be rewarding, would it not? Gotta love this spot, even though I'm falling off here, trying to stay on top. Maybe exercise some caution. Could be kind of dangerous. Fantastic place, though. On this list, we've also got a not-so-honorable mention, and it's while performing the Volcanic Panic speedrun trick here. It's just terrible overall. You gotta do it. You gotta do this really quick before the metal wears off, and it's pretty brutal to do. It's like some kind of precise thing. So I've practiced it a lot, so I'm all right at it. In fact, I almost got it first try. But some absolute terrible stuff happened here. So you got to pair it with something absolutely terrible, like a Grape 4 Loco or like a Steel Reserve. I've seen these like lime jalapeno beers that just, and I've tried one, and it's just absolutely terrible. So that's what you got to pair, you know, this spot with. It's lava, so it's got to be hot and not fun. So, you know, why would you ruin a good beer by drinking it in this horrible location? But most importantly, coming in at number 1, we've got Pack Village after defeating Spooky at the end of the game. We just got the wonderful, you know, Pac-Man World 2 theme in the background. Got the golden fruit on the tree. What a beautiful sight. You've got all the strange looking buildings that don't really know why they look like that, but it's pretty cool and unique. You can just get some good views of this place overall, and after going through all that spooky stuff in this game, come to enjoy this view on top of a building, the Pack Village that you have saved. You can go with whatever you want here, your favorite beer. For me, that's going to be Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, a Torpedo, maybe a coffee beer, that Breckenridge Vanilla Raspberry Porter that I mentioned before. Nothing you can go wrong with. Just choose your favorite. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. No pun intended, yet again. Thank you for watching. We'll see if there are more videos again. Leave some recommendations in the comments, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how long we can keep this thing going.